Hi my loves, and welcome to your cosmic weather report for the week ahead. Now, we've got such a beautiful, powerful week this week to help to take us into this new era, this new world. As many of you are aware, this weekend Pluto moved into Aquarius, the sun has also moved into Aquarius, so we're in Aquarius season now. Now, being in Aquarius season, and especially with Pluto shifting to Aquarius, the big energy at the moment is about each and every one of us now really allowing ourselves to be all of us. So you allowing yourself to be all of you, embracing our unique, individual, perfectly imperfect selves, and really showing up in the world as more of who we came here to be. So no more shrinking or hiding or dimming, and instead knowing that each and every one of us has a part to play in the world. Each and every one of us is here right now for a reason, and as each one of us then really shows up in our fullest self and plays our part, this is how the world can really begin to move in a new direction. And this week is really going to support that. Now, first of all, on Tuesday we get Venus moving into Capricorn. As Venus moves into Capricorn, Venus being the planet of self-worth, values, finances, our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with others, we're going to get really focused and really disciplined on our values, on our self-worth, on knowing who we are. There's going to be a real drive that comes in at the beginning of this week around, I really want to know myself, and I really want to stay true to myself, and I really want to begin to live in alignment in a way that feels good for me, that feels like I can show up in my fullest presence. So we're going to really feel this as Venus makes that move into Capricorn. There's just going to be this sense of discipline and focus now to start to live the life that you want to live and be all of who you are. Now, this is going to get backed up a lot on Thursday and Friday. First of all, Thursday we get the Leo full moon. Now, this is going to be a full moon that just comes in to help you to shine. This Leo full moon is going to want you to take center stage in your life, to become the leader in your own life, to begin to really just open your heart wide and let all of you begin to shine out there into the world. Now, what we're also going to find around Thursday, Friday is perhaps a little bit of wounding coming up. So wounding around where you don't allow yourself to be your fully self. And this is really important because it's going to help us to discover why and to heal that. So we've got quite a lot of Chiron energy coming in Thursday, Friday. Chiron being the wounded healer. And this is going to help us to do a very deep healing so that we can move forwards differently. So first of all, on that day of the full moon, on the Leo full moon, we're going to find Mars squaring Chiron. So what you might find around this full moon might illuminate for you all those ways that you don't let yourself move forwards in your life. You have an idea to do something and then you talk yourself out of it. You want to go after something, you talk yourself out of it. You want to say something, you talk yourself out of it. A big idea comes to you and then you shrink and dim yourself. You feel like you want to grow into something and then you find yourself shrinking back down because everyone around you says, oh no, that's not a good idea right now, or oh, that probably wouldn't work. So there might be a real feeling, a real sense around these days of where you don't let yourself move forwards in life, where you don't allow that drive to really go after what you want, and instead you do shrink and dim and shut yourself down. And this is going to be felt a lot more on Friday as Mercury then squares Chiron. So when Mercury squares Chiron, we're going to be able to really initially hear a lot of those limiting thoughts. Well, you can't do that. Well, you might not be able to make it work. Well, what might go wrong? Well, somebody else has already done that. Well, they're probably going to do it better than you. Well, who do you think you are to be able to do this? So around Thursday, Friday, at this time this Leo full moon is asking us to shine, we might also be able to see very clearly all of the things that we do to dim ourselves. So those limiting beliefs, those little persistent thoughts, those little doubts, the voices of everybody else around us that we pay way more attention to than we do our own deep intuitive knowing. And this is coming up for a really beautiful reason, to help you to see these things, to realize them, and then to release them. To say, is that true? Is that true? Is this something I want to continue to live by? Because remember that Venus energy moving into Capricorn on Tuesday has already made us quite committed about, I want to finally be able to go for what I want to go for in my life. I finally want to be able to just show up as all of myself and not be afraid to say what I want to say or do what I want to do. And so then you might feel hit by all of these things on Thursday, Friday, but they're coming up to show themselves to you, to show you that they're the little shadows that every time you're about to take that step forwards, they tap you on the shoulder and go, really? So we want to, rather than let these things remain shadows and remain thoughts in our heads, we want to turn face on, head on, and look at them and really begin to challenge these thoughts and really begin to allow that healing. So it might be that you look at, where did these thoughts come from? Where did they come from? Where are those deep-rooted fears? Is it a lack of self-worth? Like, where did these things come from? Let's start to really, really heal them now. Because as we start to really face and heal these things on Saturday, I get such a beautiful day on Saturday. We get the sun squaring Jupiter, which is going to bring, again, a big expansion. The sun is how we're here to shine. It's our personality. It's our soul purpose. It's like your unique light. Your sun is how you came here to shine and light up the world. And then Jupiter is that planet of expansion, abundance, good fortune, soul connection, really being able to grow into everything you came here to be. Now, a square in astrology can sometimes create a little bit of friction, but it's for growth. So again, we're going to really see, where do we prevent ourselves from shining? Where do I stop myself from expanding? Where do I get this big idea to go and do this, and then something tells me not to and I shrink back? So we're going to really be able to see this almost internal fight that we have with ourselves. But on this same day, Mercury is going to meet Mars. Now, as Mercury and Mars meet, this would normally create... There is always a little warning to be careful with your words around the time that Mercury and Mars are together, because sometimes we can use sharp words, quick words, fast words. We can want to get everyone around us told and say whatever it is that's kind of there in the forefront. So take a moment, take a pause. But these two meeting in Capricorn is actually going to bring a steadying energy of, again, this drive and desire and motivation to want to start to move forwards, to want to start to believe in yourself, to want to start to make the plans and put the things in place and do the things. And so this Mercury-Mars conjunction is actually going to be a really beautiful, motivating energy that's going to say, but are you going to let these things hold you back forever? Or are we finally now going to start to do something? Because on this same day, Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, moves direct. Now, as Uranus stations direct, there's going to be this big desire to want to move forwards in our lives. Uranus is a planet that represents liberation, freedom, awakening. And just like Aquarius, Uranus wants us to be free to be all of ourselves, to break from all those limitations, whether it's limitations in our minds, where we tell ourselves we can't, whether it's limitations in our lives by other people telling us we can't, or pressures that get put on us, or other people's opinions or expectations that always hold us down. Uranus wants to free us. Uranus is like, I just want to, all those shackles, all those doubts, all those fears, all those what ifs and buts and maybes, let's just break ourselves free from all of those. And what could happen if we just believed? What could happen if we just went for it? So Uranus stationing direct then is going to give us this big energy push to be like, just go out there and be you. What's the worst that can happen? Just go for it, just do it. And again, there's going to be this big desire to just want to be all of you, to be like, this is who I am. This is who I am. And I'm not changing for anybody anymore. I'm just going to show up as all of me and see what happens. And then on Sunday, we get another really nice day. Mercury then trines Uranus. And as this happens, there's again going to be that desire to just start to be free, to speak our truth, to share what's on our heart, to offer to the world what only you can offer by just being you. And we also get Venus sextile Saturn. Now, as Venus meets Saturn, we're going to then begin to create boundaries around who we've discovered we are. So you might remember the start of the week, Venus moves into Capricorn. This is going to give us the drive and the discipline, start to be like, I want to know my worth. I want to live by my values. I want to know who I am. We're going to go on this big journey through the week. And then by the end of the week, when Venus sextiles Saturn, Saturn's going to go, okay, what foundations are we going to put in place for this so we can build on this and grow? What boundaries are we going to put in place on this now around who we're going to listen to, or who we're going to take advice from, or what doubts and fears we're really going to allow to run and govern our lives anymore? Are we going to go, no, boundary here. We're not letting that affect us anymore. So there's going to be a sense of really putting strong boundaries around our sense of self, our sense of value, our sense of worth. This is who I am. This is what I'm not accepting anymore. This is what I'm not believing anymore. This is what I'm no longer allowing, because I'm now going to start to move forwards with this newfound sense of freedom and self, allowing myself to just grow into more and more and more of me. And so the boundaries in this sense aren't going to hold you in anymore. The boundaries are actually going to help you to grow into more of you as you set boundaries around what you will and won't allow in your life. So this is a beautiful start to this new world that we are all moving into. I could not be more excited about this. If any of you are keen to know a little bit more about this, I did do a light code workshop that was all about activating your soul's light. It will still be good to do now, especially the meditations, because we did 2 meditations in there. One about a really big release of these doubts, these fears, these expectations, and then the next meditation was about activating your light codes so that you can begin to show up and shine in the way that only you can. So you can still get the replay of that on my website or in my bio, and otherwise just really use this week to start to feel into, who am I? And I know that's such a big question and many people get so lost in that, but who am I? What do I want? And if you don't know what you want, as in what do I want in life, and that feels too big, just today, just right now, what do I want? What do I want right now? That's my heart really asking for right now. Start to really just check in with you. What do I want right now? What do I need right now? What can I give myself right now? And this in itself will start to help you to create those real boundaries around a new sense of self, and help you to begin to show up and shine, and help you to begin to heal anything that might surface this week to show you where you dim yourself and don't let yourself shine. So I really hope that helps. Please use the energy this week, because they lay this really beautiful foundation of our way into this new era, because this new era is really based upon so many of us really stepping into our fullest self and allowing ourselves to show up in the ways that only we can. Thank you as well for all of your well wishes from last week. I'm feeling a lot better. You can probably hear it's still a little bit there. It's gone a bit chesty now, but I'm feeling a million times better. So thank you for all your lovely well wishes from last week. And thank you as always for any likes and shares and comments on these posts. They really do help it to be seen by more people, and in turn we get to help more people. So thank you for being part of this beautiful community. I'm sending you so much love for this week. Discover who you are, free who you are, show up as all of who you are, because that's what the world truly needs. And I'll be back with you really soon. I'm sending you so much love.